up with Quizlet, or no, I want to do charades for this vocabulary. So right now, please, I want you to use your laptops and come up with a plan of what would you do for the pre-listening activities, okay? 3 pre-listening activities. One for think about, the one that you have there, goodbye to, yes, to sit down meals. Think about, predicting, and vocabulary. The topic today for everyone is goodbye to sit down meals. This is the theme. We're going to talk about meals. What else could we talk about? Meals, takeouts, meal takeout, restaurants. What else? Health? Should we include health here?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because junk food is not healthy.
Right. Okay. So let's think about a pre-listening activity. I am going to assign you 1 hour? No, 10 minutes. So right now it's 12:59. Let's say 1:10, please. I would like to see, just see. We're not going to present yet. I would like to see what would be your pre-listening options. You can explore these tools if you like. Okay? So let's take 10 minutes, please. No, I just eliminated the quiz, so.
Oh, you eliminated that,
Yeah.
so you could not enter.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's individual.
So you can work with synonyms, and then you can address the synonym for that word. Right, but not necessarily with all the words. Some words, yes. So, yeah, for example, sometimes there are students that know, for example, the word, some of the words are very difficult. Yeah, phenomena would be a word that you will not use it, but sit down is something that has to be, because that is part of the unit's topic. Yes? Yeah, right. And delicacies. So, you don't have to build up the class. You just have to give me an idea, like the last time for the pre-listening activities. Yeah, you have to choose one of them, or you can create your own. Yes, these are only suggestions. Yes? If you would like a pen or something, I have plenty of them. If you would like to create something so creative, you can go ahead and do it. I think it will take you some time, so, but you can say, I am going to introduce my class with a creative assessment on Ecuadorian food. That's think about. Ecuadorian food. Yes. Yes? Okay. Yeah, it sounds nice. Yeah. Yeah, because that's not a regular reference for us. They will say that that's. Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea, yes.
And they enter it.
Yeah, so it's better because you don't have to complete all the information. In these tools that I have given you, in most of the cases they ask you for a Facebook account. So it's, you don't have to fill in all the registration information. Sorry to tell you this, but you have 8 minutes. It takes time, you know, Tony. For learning purposes, I really recommend you that most of the tools that I use and I show you, and generally the 21st century skills tools, always use a Google account. I'm not sure why. I think Google has a pact with the devil, but you should try getting a Gmail account. It's only a recommendation. You could still use your Hotmail accounts. But Google, it comes handy for everything. So basically, you will tell us by the end of these 3 lessons, we're doing number 1 only, how would you address the pre-listening activities and the 3 activities that you will do in the pre-listening. Maybe 1 discussion, maybe 1 activity that involves TPR, total physical response, where you tell them to run, to talk to your partner, to stand up, to get in groups, to... Yes, perfect. Yes, good job. Tony, finish.
This is just simple.
Let's see here. Oh my God, you're gonna kill me.
Yeah, he's
The
got
first one.
But you're vegetarian, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, of course, I have another option to use a video with my students.
Right.
For example, a delicacy could be like a.
Oh, it's a prime, very good, I like
Yeah,
that.
it's fine, so it only takes 1 minute, so.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and the second one, which was, no, prediction vocabulary, I'm gonna show them some flashcards too, and the last one prediction, we can use the same questions.
You're gonna do physical flashcards or flashcards from?
I'm gonna take them from the, I wanted to use Quizlet, but I'm new at that, so I think it will take time to get used to it. I think
Right.
in my case now.
Yeah, but you can come up with, you can go to Quizlet.
Look at
And
this.
go up,
I did a
and go to the
brainstorming,
front.
prediction, and everything.
And here,
Reflection.
there's a set of Quizlet, you can find all people's flashcards.
Yeah.
Food,
Yeah,
restaurants.
you will share.
Yes.
yeah,
All in one, like that, say that.
Mhm.
Think about the pictures and try to guess these words by using the pictures.
Right,
And then for vocabulary, match the words with the meanings
Mhm.
and say examples using the words.
perfect.
And for predict, we're here. So probably show them pictures of food from different countries.
Right.
And I would ask them if they would like to try this dish.
That's excellent, because that's the exact topic, and you're using words from the vocabulary, yes, okay, good. And where were you, Leo, what do you have? Oh, okay, draw a picture. Alright, yeah. Uh-huh,
I was thinking of
Usually when.
oh, the old fashioned way. Yeah, try
Right.
in grades.
to introduce vocabulary. Uh-huh. And finally, predicting?
Yes, yes, what do you think, some questions.
Oh, yeah, discussion. Excellent, yes, I like that idea. And the words in the vocabulary are good.
Okay.
What do you have, Carlitos? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, perfect. Yeah. Mhm.
You have learned before now.
But now my
Yeah, that one is very difficult to describe, yes. Good. What do you have? What do you have?
This one,
if you want to say, if you want, if you
Sorry,
sorry,
Yeah, think about it, okay? I came up with my opinion and a question.
For discussion.
Yeah, and then it comes in the video. And then they really rate it, I know, so
Food, especially takeout?
Yeah, food habits.
Alright, okay. And the vocabulary, how would you address it?
No, I didn't address it, I thought it was one of them.
No, you have to do the 3 of them.
Okay.
This is okay, and how would you, just tell me how would you address vocabulary, and how would you have them predict about what they will listen?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's time, no?
Think about it should be first, but predicting vocabulary can have different orders, yes.
You're trying.
Oh, so you're gonna work on that, okay?
No.
yes, no, I mean, I had.
What are we doing?
There was a first,
Okay, provide my corrective.
charades, review vocabulary 3861, vocabulary, not really a word, but phrase. So, for
Oh, I
example,
like that.
the Lucas' last name, so they have to predict the golden goal, try to guess the golden goal. If there is no charades, can use
Yeah,
word.
because you're applying, they're getting the meaning from the context. Yes, I like that idea, very nice idea.
And after the charades, the predictions, so what they will analyze from the they predict that they will listen.
And they will deal about all the unit, yes. Okay, I like that. I like the charades. Okay, guys, I already checked. I really like your ideas. You have great ideas. I could never come up with some ideas like yours, especially the food. It's like, it's a good topic today at this time of the day. Well, to move on, did you give me 3 minutes? To move on, I would like to show you some strategies. These are personal. These are not really from any textbooks. These are things that I always tell my listening and speaking students because they're always, I don't know, emotional, they're excited, they're in every sense of the way, but never focused. And for listening tests, you need to be focused. You need concentration. You need to remove distractions. So what could you tell your students in order to achieve better results in testing? This works for me. But I don't say like, okay guys, let's do listening. I say, okay, please, relax. Stop talking. Relax. Okay? Don't stare. They're staring at their paper. They're like this. And they're concentrated in something else. When you stare, you tend to go to other places that is not really there. You have to be aware of your environment. The thing is that when you're staring, you start thinking about your mom, about money, about how much money you have in Metrovia card, if you will have lunch right now or later, how much money is in your account, would you get paid today or the next week? Would your mom call you? Is your husband going to come home? Like, so many ideas. So we should stop staring, relax, stop talking. That's the first one. The typical comadres and compadres talking, not paying attention. You have to make that stop. Then tell them, please relax, breathe, let's make exercises, let's breathe. And they say, Miss, this is ridiculous. I know, but do it. It helps. Take oxygen to your brain. And then don't stare. Some of them are used to just looking, but they're not really looking. They're staring at the paper. You should look. Yes, if you want to look at the questions, it's fine. But don't stare at the paper, okay? Remove distractions. The typical coins in your pockets, the keys, cell phones. All that is a distraction. Imagine you're in the listening and your cell phone starts ringing. They start calling you. You forgot what they were saying in the listening part, especially in the tests. I'm talking about tests especially. Be patient. Sometimes they're talking and talking and they don't answer your question that is in the paper. Be patient. You have to read. Say, Miss, ¿por qué no responden? No dicen nada de lo que yo quiero escuchar. Because they're listening for something specific. Okay? Listen to the tone of the voice. I forgot the word voice. This is important. And why? Because when you're speaking, you make emphasis in some words. And those words are special because probably they could be introduced as questions. They could be mentioned as answers. So you have to always pay attention to intonation. And practice with your students intonation exercises. So they don't speak in the one romantic level, but more like an English level goes up and down. English is like that. It has ups and downs. We will see that in the next section. And finally, listen for ideas, not just words. Some students just find, it says, what does the word, for example, delicacies mean? And they're looking for the word delicacy. And they forgot about the rest. So how do you do it, like to make them understand everything, to get the main idea, to get details, to go specific with something to infer? There are many clues to solve questions, but the most important part is to have them be focused, concentrated. It's very important to have your students concentrate in the activity. I really pay attention to the first three. I'm always very picky on these. And I don't let my students have cell phones on top of their desks while they're doing a test. Any test, but especially listening test. it kind of gets them out of control and they lose all their focus, all their attention. They're not experts, they're studying still. So they need to be completely concentrated. Now, I offer them the opportunity to read the questions but don't stare, or just listen. Like I told you, for me, listening is just, the while listening part should be only listening, not reading. Brain is very complex, but it's better, and it proves to be better, if you just listen, okay? Listening and taking notes for more than 2 minutes is okay, but 2 minutes of listening, it's fine that they just listen. Now, the beginning will be difficult, but as time goes by in the course, you should see progress. Now, honestly and personally, I have them work in the laboratory when they're in listening and speaking classes. I take them to the lab to do practices, but not any practice, individual practices. And I tell them to listen to lectures and answer the questions after that. And obviously these websites that I have already provided you can help with the answers. They give you feedback. And if they are used to listening to lectures, getting the ideas, they will eventually improve their performance. When I take them to the lab, I give them a sheet of paper where they have to write the scores of what they do every day. And if they have less than 60%, they have to do one extra activity for every 60%. Because 60% is a mediocre grade. And the listening doesn't just finish there. Then when they go upstairs with me, I ask them, what was the lecture about? Because I tell them academic lectures. What is the lecture about? Oh, it was about zebras. Okay, zebras. And what about the zebras? Oh no, that the zebras are striped, blah, blah, blah. And okay, Juan, thank you. And what about you, Pepito? What do you think? Oh yeah, I heard that zebras are blah, blah, blah. So the listening doesn't end in the laboratory. It ends upstairs with a discussion. So they know more about zebras, things that I didn't even know. So you're doing everything like pre-listening, while listening, post-listening in the classroom, and you're having individual work. They're working individually. They're not working as a whole. That also helps, for example, if you're preparing your students for TOEFL. Yes? So, before you eat, we're going to eat, yes, of course. We're going to have a little activities called running dictation. And I am going to have 4 people in this class to be my volunteers. They're going to come here, okay? I'm going to take one by one, some of you out, and you're going to read this for me. Read this pieces, okay? Then you will memorize this and come here and tell your partners what is here. And they will take dictation. They will just copy, you will copy everything in a piece of paper. After that, we'll get all the things together, and then we'll see what was the outcome of this activity. This activity is more to get the students moving. It's more speaking. It's obviously, yes, some memorizing, but it's also listening, because students have to take dictation. Dictation is an important part of a listening and speaking class. There are 1,000 types of dictation. You have dictogloss, you have running dictation, you have communicative dictation that you learn with Dr. Nelson. That's my favorite. And there are many others. In my specialty is running dictation because it's different. And you can change the environment. Sometimes sitting down all the time is kind of stressing for students. We need them to be at ease, especially listening and speaking courses. So I'll go with the first volunteer. Who would like to be the first volunteer?
Tony.
Oh, Tony, perfect. Volunteer or victim. So then will be Jimmy. First Tony. I'm going on with Tony. Tony will come up here. Please be ready with a pencil or a pen and be ready to take notes.
You got it.
Tony will have 1 minute. He is preparing himself mentally for
Oh
memorizing
my God, you got
2
5
sentences.
We can
5
stay
minutes for
forever.
prepared mentally.
Yes. And you will be preparing yourself mentally to listen to these only once. So here it intervenes a lot your comprehension, not only about the teacher,